All right, welcome back. This is my 2001 Ford Sport Trac. I got this truck from my grandparents after my F-150 flooded in Hurricane Helene. My grandfather, who passed away about 4 years ago, he ordered this thing in the year 2000. It was one of the very first trucks ever delivered from the factory. He drove to Miami, I believe, to pick it up as they rolled it off the truck. He got it fully loaded. It has this soft rolling bed cover. You got these taillights for it. It has the motorized rear window that lowers. It has the side running boards. It also has a sunroof that is electric. It's pretty much got the whole package, leather inside. Anyways, so since I've got this truck, I just wanted to personalize it, and I know my grandfather would have wanted me to as well, because he did a few personalizing touches on it, kind of like this grill right here. It's just like this insert that he ordered and installed, and the bug visor on the front of the hood. So I decided to personalize it. I'd go ahead and look for a set of wheels. I wasn't planning on getting them this soon. I was going to wait it out a while, but I found a really sweet deal on Facebook Marketplace for these 20-inch wheels. We're going to go ahead and lower the truck in this video because I want to get rid of that wheel gap now that I got these nice 20-inch wheels on it. So I got to move the Mustang, but first check out my brand new neighbor's new cars. He's got the Lotus and the Viper, both in yellow, and he has a 911 parked inside the house. So I'm just going to move the truck in the driveway and get started on it. Follow along. Make sure you give me a subscribe and a thumbs up if you like seeing this. And let's do this. So real quick, I want to mention that after I got these wheels, they needed something. They were tucked back into the wheel well a little bit too far, and I just wanted to give a little bit of an extra space and clearance, so I bought some spacers to bump those out. I also just got this universal rubber fender flare trim, whatever you want to call it. Super cheap, super easy to put on, and I think it really finishes off the look. So let me grab a few tools here, and we'll go ahead and lower the front end of this truck first. We're going to adjust the torsion bars. We're going to need a 13 millimeter socket. We're going to climb under this truck and get the front end lowered. So follow along. Shouldn't take too long here, and this is really going to look nice at the end. Alright, so climbing under the front of the truck, this is the bolt that you want to focus on here. This is a marker I'm using. I'm just putting a little mark on the bolt and then on the frame, and I want to at least give this bolt 4 full turns. So basically one turn will lower it about a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to go a whole inch, which is 4 turns, and then I'm going to lower it down, and I'm going to see where we're at, see how much lower we've gotten the vehicle. Now before I started this, I went ahead and measured from my wheel to the fender, and it was 9 inches. So we're going to start lowering this 4 turns. We're going to lower it, roll the vehicle back and forth to see where it's at, remeasure, and then make probably 2 additional turns for 6 full rotations of this bolt to get us down to 1.5 inches lowered. Alright, so I'm just rolling this back and forth in the driveway just to kind of let everything settle, and then put it back in park and do another measurement. And you can see here, I'm just going from the top of the wheel to that fender, and you can see I went from 9 inches to 7.5 inches. So I got my 1.5 inch drop that I was looking for. So with that, super easy, the front is finished. And here's how that looks. You may not be able to notice too much unless you see a side-by-side photo, but it's looking really nice. I could probably leave it like this, honestly, but I want to get that back end down just a little bit so it's a nice level stance rather than that factory raked stance. Alright, so for the rear, I just got a 2-inch block kit, just a universal one from Amazon. You can find these, if you really look around, you can find these anywhere from $35 to $100. This was way on the low range of those prices. So I'm lowering this whole vehicle for about $45. So if we climb under the rear here, we're just going to want to find the U-bolts, and then we're going to go under here underneath this plate, and we're just going to take these nuts off. I'm going to say they're 3/4 inch nuts. I'm just going to remove those. Make sure you lock your front wheel, get the rear end jacked up, and then just start taking these nuts off. Probably want to throw a little lubrication on these to make your life a little bit easier, but once you get them off, just reach up top and pull the U-bolt right out. This is a pretty easy job overall. But doing it one-handed while trying to film it, yeah, it's a little bit harder than it has to be. But hey, I'm doing this because I like to look up videos of how to do things, and once I know how to do them, I like to make my own video. So use the jack and just lift up the axle and create enough gap to slide your block under. Now the axle is going to probably want to roll forward or back depending on where your jack is placed on there, so you're going to have to be mindful of that. Let's get your block in there. Feed your brand new U-bolts. You're going to definitely need the longer ones now. Feed those back into place just like the factory ones were. Put your nuts on. These are also 3/4. And tighten them down. And there you have it.
All right. That was not easy. It's an easy overall concept, but wow. Had a little difficulty getting the little nub from the leaf spring to line up with the hole in this bottom plate again. And then the other side, the passenger side, I got these nuts down. You're supposed to tighten them down to 80 foot-pounds. Well, it didn't even get to 80 foot-pounds, and it was already like squishing the lock washer. So I got them as snug as they'll go, and I'll take a ride, and then I'll come back probably tomorrow, and then I'll go ahead and get back under here and make sure these are still tight, re-snug them if I need to. But we're done. We're done. What a great stance. Again, it's 1.5 inch torsion bar lowered in the front, and then 2-inch leaf spring block in the rear, and it sits just right. So I got a front end alignment this afternoon. I'll go ahead and get that done, and we'll be good to go. So thank you for watching. If you like this, please subscribe, or at least give me a thumbs up. Thank you. See you on the next one.
Okay, don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the right there, and make sure you check out my other video on the left.